Alright, guys, we need to talk about Ninja because, frankly, I think it's in a right state. I am not very happy with this job right now. I think they actually ruined Ninja currently. It's probably the worst iteration of Ninja that has ever been. And, okay, you know what? This is going to be more of a rant video. So, it's uncut. I don't have any script to follow. So forgive me if my mind is all over the place, but I needed to talk about Ninja because it's my second favorite melee in the game behind Monk. So I do like Ninja a lot, and 90 Ninja just ain't it. It needs to change. So okay, let's just get started. Yeah. So from 1 to 80, it's basically the same as Shadowbringers Ninja, right? Nothing's really changed. The only changes is that Assassinate, you get at level 40 and it actually upgrades to Dream Within a Dream. So from 56 onwards, Assassinate is basically dead. So that's awesome because I freaking hated the animation lock of Assassinate. And you get a new skill called Horizon, which just gives you instant Huton at the cost of some low potency and a GCD, which is great. It's a nice skill. If you die, you can just get your Huton back straight away without needing to use an ninjutsu. Or for fights like T transition phase into Perfect Alex, you don't have to waste an ninjutsu getting Huton up once the phase begins. You can just use Horizon and just get back in the fight. Or even like Shiva transition after the cutscene. So yeah, it's handy. It's handy. So I don't really have any complaints about that. 1 to 80, it's all good. Right? Now, when we get into Endwalker stuff, that's when things start to go a bit. So the first skill you will get in your Endwalker leveling is Phantom Kama Itachi. Now, it's fine. I don't really have a problem with it. It's just kind of underwhelming in the sense that, okay, you use Bunshin and then you get to use this skill once every 90 seconds. Okay, but it's kind of irregular. Like 90 seconds is a long time to use this, and you have one use of it. So you press this button like once every 90 seconds, and it only does 500 potency, well 550 potency. So I mean, it's pretty strong, especially in AoE since it has fall off. It's basically about as strong as a Bunshin Aeolian, because Bunshin Aeolian is 400 potency plus the 160 from the clone. So it's basically about as strong as a Bunshin Aeolian. But I initially thought that once you use Bunshin, you have 5 stacks, right? And then as long as you have Bunshin, you could use Phantom Kama Itachi 5 times in a row. Kind of like a fell cleave window, in a sense, for Ninja. Now that would definitely make the skill a lot more useful, and plus you basically have like some kind of ranged phase as a ninja, where you just have this GCD you can just fire off in the distance for the next 5 GCDs. I don't know, maybe it will be OP, but they can easily tweak numbers, and I think it would be more fun that way to just be able to spam this GCD instead of using it only once every 90 seconds. But fine, cool. So it's not really offensive, it's kind of just there. It's very good in dungeons though. 84, you get Shukiho 3, which just basically makes you generate more Ninki. Instead of 20 from your 1, 2, 3, you get 25. So it's 5, 5, 10. I know it's 5, 5, 15 instead of 5, 5, 10. So yeah, whatever, that's fine. Holo Nozuchi, just makes your Doton pulse extra damage every time you use select AoE skills. So I guess I could just show you that quickly. Let's say I just put the Doton down. Alright, it's up. I use Katon. See, it pulses like that. I use Goka Mecha Q. It pulses like that. I use Hake Mujin Satsu. It pulses. So every time it pulses, it does an extra 50 potency. So I mean, it's cool for dungeons. Obviously, I don't really see this being a use in a raid, but that's fine. It's not really anything offensive. Alright, let me just untarget this. So, fine. That's not really offensive either. 88. Enhanced Masonry. Increases the potency of Bava Karkra to 500 while under the effect of Masonry. So, you use Masonry, you buff your next Bava Karkra from 400 to 500. So every 2 minutes, you're just getting an extra 100 potency on your next Bava Karkra. So, like, okay, I guess. I mean, it's more damage, but does that really change anything? I don't know. It's just like, it's so irregular. Once every 2 minutes, you get an extra 100 potency on an OGCD you always use. Like, woo, that's cool, I guess. But once again, it's inoffensive, but clearly they ran out of ideas, so it's just a filler skill. More damage is more damage, I guess. Alright, let's get to the main issue. This skill sucks. It sucks so much. It's literally one of the worst skills I've ever seen in this game. I freaking hate Forked Raichu. It needs to change. Now, why does it need to change? Okay, let me just say, first off, problem one, it's a gap closer. I forced gap closer. So, I use Rhydon. Boop. There you go. Both of them are gap closers, by the way. Forked and Fleeting are both gap closers. So, obviously, you can think about all the problems that come with that, having a forced gap closer. But you can be like, oh, well, you can just use the gap closer when, you know, you're safe. You don't have to use it by force, right? You can just save it for later. Well, guess what? You can't save it for later either. Okay? So, if I do this, and do another GCD, it's gone. So, you can't even hold the stack for later use. I can't be like, okay, let me do a Rhydon, and then, okay, that's a point blank AoE. Maybe do a Spinning Edge, Gust Slash, then get out, and then use Forked and Fleeting Raichu to get back. Can't even do that. And the worst part is, you lose those stacks one at a time. So, let me do 2 Rhydons. See, it's stacked up to 2 times. That means that I can use this twice in a row. I use another GCD. Oh, look, gone. So you lose both of them. It stacks up to 3 times. Use another GCD, gone. So it's it's so restrictive. Like, I can't believe they play tested this job and thought this skill was a good idea. It introduces so many problems. It's not good to use. It's a forced gap closer. It has animation lock on both attacks, and you can't even hold it for later use in your freaking rotation when you feel like you're comfortable to use it. So it's like, as soon as you use a Rhydon, you have to use Forked Raichu. It's just, bruh. Like, what the hell? How can this one skill just ruin this entire job just like that? Like, 80 to 88 is fine, right? You get some new skills, some new traits. I mean, they're new, but they don't really change the core rotation. And then you just get Forked Raichu, and then Ninja just becomes ass. It's just... Now, look, I don't even want to talk about the damage side of things, but when you even go and look at the damage, Ninja's not really doing a lot of damage either way. So, you have all this clunkiness with the job. Don't even get me started with Tenchi Jin, yeah? It's unchanged. It's the same Tenchi Jin. Now, would it really be that OP for you to be able to just use 3 ninjutsus in a row every 2 minutes? I don't think so. I really don't. It's just, why do you have to stay in the spot to use ninjutsus, 3 of them? Like, is it really that OP to just press Tenchi Jin and it's like, oh, I can use Fuma, and then I can use Rhydon, and then I can use Suiton whilst moving? Like, oh, but it's like, oh, it's ninja ley lines. Okay, fine. Even freaking black mages have ley lines big enough for them to move around inside it, so they can still dodge shit whilst being in their ley lines if they place it properly. Like, okay, if you want me to, like, stay inside the Tenchi Jin window, at least let me move around. Just make the spot bigger or something. I don't know, but just Tenchi Jin plus Forked and Fleeting Raichu plus, you know, kind of underwhelming new skills. It's just, I don't get it. Like, I can't. I can't, man. It's really bad. So hopefully in 6.05 they actually change this job, cause well, at least the good thing is, unlike 5.0 Ninja, they don't need to change much. Really, my only suggestion is make this a ranged attack. Right on is ranged. I don't understand why forked and fleeting can't be ranged either. And don't let the stacks fall off when you use other GCDs. That's all you have to do. Like, clearly, the people who made this skill were like, oh, I really like Naruto, I just want to put Chidori in the freaking game, and forget everything else about the implications of that. So now here we are with this garbage ass skill. So, yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. Make it ranged and allow us to keep the stacks when we use other GCDs so that we can hold it for later. Hell, even making it ranged alone will work a lot, but like, just let us keep the stacks as well for some flexibility. Like, this job is just way too clunky right now. I swear, if we still had Assassinate on top of everything I've just said, then bruh. But yeah, I'm kind of pissed off, as you can clearly tell. But I'm done with the rant. I just needed to get this off my chest because I just could not believe what is going on with this job right now. So yeah, fingers crossed for 6.05. I'm done. Thanks for listening to the rant, I guess. See you in the next one.